Hi, this video will teach you the basic features.
To download EndNote, go to software.uncc.edu and log in with your UNC Charlotte ID. Follow the instructions on how to download. Make sure you extract the EndNote folder from the zip file before running the program. If you have problems, please contact 1IT at 704-687-5500 option 2. When you create an EndNote library, this is the screen you will see. If you have used one of the earlier versions of EndNote, the new EndNote 20 version is quite different. There are no longer multiple modes. Everything takes place on this screen. This is an example of a full library. I have many group sets and groups that can be seen on the left-hand side of the page. The group sets are types of headings that the groups fall under. For example, you can see the different groups that fall under literature and cardiology. It is an excellent way to organize your references. At the top of the page, you see a tab for groups where you can create a group set or a group. When you click on a particular citation, it is highlighted. On the panel on the right at the top of the page, you see Summary, which is highlighted and shown here, Edit, and PDF. This is the Edit page where you can make changes to your reference if needed. Next to the Edit button is the PDF button. If you have inserted a PDF into your library, you may also annotate it to help you organize your references. You can create a sticky note which can later be searched through the EndNote library search function. To export citations from one of the library databases, in this example, I am using CINAHL, one of several EBSCO databases. To add citations from the search, click on the blue plus opposite the citations. When you are ready to export, click on the yellow folder icon at the top of the page. Here are my results, and I selected all on the left-hand side, and then on the far right, clicked on Export, which would export these items to an RIS file. Once you export the references in an RIS file, you will see the RIS file downloaded to your computer. You may have to click on the file and tell the computer which software to use to open the reference. Here are the references I just exported. You can see that the action taken is highlighted on the left-hand side of the page. You can take those references and move them to a group that's already created or create a separate group for them. You can also perform a search in PubMed. Here are the results of a search. You can modify the number of results shown by clicking on Display options. To export a file of references to EndNote, click on Send To at the top of the page. You then have the option of selecting individual references by clicking on the box opposite the reference, choosing to send all references on the page, or sending all the results from the search. Once again, when you open the download file, you should see the references appear in your EndNote library. Depending on your computer settings, you may be asked to select the program to use to export the references. There may be occasions when you can't export the reference to EndNote. This may be because the reference is from a website that doesn't have the export function. To add a reference, click on References at the top of the page and select New Reference. There are many different reference types you can choose from. A common one is web page. The trick to entering the information is to make sure you enter each author on a separate line. You can enter the name either last name, comma, first name, or first name, last name without a comma. You can enter the full name of the author, and EndNote Style Manager will automatically prepare it in the proper format for the style selected. Make sure you save the reference. This is what a new reference will look like in your bibliography in Word. You can find this by clicking on the reference and choosing Summary on the right-hand side of the page. The preview is at the bottom right. You can resize the preview by moving the bar upward.
To find the full-text PDFs of the citations you imported, go to EndNote Preferences to enter the URLs indicated here. You can find those URLs on the EndNote Research Guide, which is guides.library.uncc.edu/EndNote.
To search, click on the search icon at the top right side of the page. The results will be shown on the left-hand side of the page. All PDFs will be tagged with a paperclip icon.
This is an example of how EndNote works in Word. You should now have an EndNote tab in Word. Click on it and you should see options to insert a citation in your document or to go to EndNote and choose the citation you wish to enter. Also note under Style, which is highlighted, you can choose a variety of citation styles. When you click on Insert Citation in Word, you can then enter the phrase or word to search your references and choose the citation you need. Then click Insert on the drop-down menu at the bottom of the page. Once you select Go to EndNote from Word, you can choose the reference you wish to use, highlight it, and click the quotation icon at the top of the page to insert the citation in your Word document. This is an example of a document with in-text citations and the beginning of a bibliography. Any changes you wish to make should be made through the Edit and Manage Citations or References links on your EndNote tab in Word. Be sure to update the citations and bibliography if you make changes. To create the headings and line spacing in the bibliography, click on Configure Bibliography from the EndNote tab in Word. Then click on Layout and make any needed changes.
EndNote allows you to share your library with up to 200 others. To do this, click on File and Share. In order for Share to work, you will need to sync your desktop EndNote library with EndNote Online. Go to the top left-hand side of the page and click on Sync Status, then Sync Now. If you don't have an EndNote Online account, you can set one up at myendnoteweb.com. To see what activity has been added by those you have shared your library with, click on the drop-down arrow next to the bell icon in Sync.
Please feel free to contact me with any questions you may have. Please refer to the research guide listed here for further information. Thank you.